Okay, so here we go. This is the problem. As I mentioned, the pen tilt does not work in 3.0. However, it's never actually worked properly in iPad. So right here we have the Wacom Mobile Studio Pro 16. It's running Windows 11. Over here, this works. This is macOS. It's running Ventura, and the version I'm running is CPS 2.0. Down here is iPad Pro 12.9, 6th generation. It is also running EX2. However, no versions of iPad OS Clip Studio has ever worked with direction of pen for angle dynamic. Now, previous versions for both Windows and Mac, 2.0 and 1.0 have both worked. Direction of pen has worked. However, when 3.0 came out, I installed it on 2 different Windows machines because I have 2 licenses. And the direction of pen now no longer works. It does not follow my pen tilt. It doesn't show me a preview and the orientation. So I have not installed 3.0 on Mac. I don't know if the problem exists on 3.0 for Mac because I don't have another license to try it out, but I still have my Mac that can still demonstrate how it used to work. And what you're about to see on the Mac is how it used to work on Windows 2.0 and 1.0 for Clip Studio. So let's go ahead and I'll start with the Mac. This is the version that's working. This is correct. Now, I am using the default flat marker. This is what comes with Clip Studio. It's the classic flat marker. The only change is I've turned up the brush size and I've got direction of pen turned to on. Now you'll notice when I move my cursor or move my pen, you'll see the cursor outline, right, follows the direction of my hand or my pen tilt. And so if I start drawing, well, I've got a different color on. If I start drawing, it follows it, right? And if I let go, it snaps back, but you can always see that it's turning no matter what. Okay. Now, if I switch over to the Windows with running 3.0 now, this is where the problem has begun. Now, direction of pen is turned on, but if you'll notice, you can see the outline of my brush cursor, right? And if I move my hand, tilt it, just like I was doing over here, right? But if I do it on Windows now, it doesn't follow. No longer does it follow. Now, if I push down on the screen, I'll get myself in a very strange angle. And so right now the brush cursor is pointed this way. But if I push down on the screen, you'll notice now it's cursored. It's pointing this way. And it draws fine and it follows it fine. But when I let go, it's going to just remember the last position that I held it in. And it no longer updates and shows a preview of what it looks like. But once I turn it, now right now it's pointed this way, right? But once I turn it, I push down, you'll see that it now flips into the correct orientation that it detects. However, I'm no longer able to predict what direction my pen is actually tilted because I'm no longer getting a preview. Now, if I switch over to the iPad, this problem has always happened on the iPad no matter what version I've used. I've not installed 3.0, but I'm sure the problem is still there because this problem also existed in Clip Studio EX 1.0 and Pro 1.0 and 2.0 because I've tried them both because I was using the subscription model. So right now, I've got the flat marker turned on, I've got direction of pen, and you'll notice, just like this, unlike this, but just like this, if I move my cursor, it does not follow. But if I push move my pen in a weird direction and push down the screen, now flips. Now it's pointed this way. And then it draws and it follows it fine, right? However, what it does is that once I let go, it snaps back to another position where it's going straight up and down. So if I push down now, it changes again. I let up, turn it, let's see right there, it's pointed up and down like this, but if I push down, now it's pushed sideways. It does not show me at all what the actual pen tilt is happening when I'm hovering. However, just to point out, pen tilt does work on all these versions if direction of line is turned on. So if I come in here to my settings and I go to angle, if I go to angle and change it from direction of pen down here to direction of line, then you'll see that it follows the direction of my pen. It follows it then. But that's not what I want. This to work again on direction of pen, not direction of line, because the pen tilt you'll see is working. Just like here, I can come back over here and I'll demonstrate. If I come in here and I change on my brush tip the angle from direction of pen over to direction of line, you'll see again now the pen tilt is working. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but the pen tilt is working. So I can see it. I know exactly where my pen is going to land when I move it, right? But if I'm not doing that, if I don't have that on, I have no idea if I have direction of pen on. So to recap, 3.0 on the desktop does not work anymore. It is now mimicking what was happening on the iPad, and this has never been fixed. This has been an ongoing problem, and I've abandoned the iPad because of this. That's why I bought a Wacom Mobile Studio Pro, because I no longer could use the iPad because there was too many bugs for some of the brush settings, and so I switched over to this. But now 3.0 is mimicking this. 2.0 is still working, and because of that, I'm going to downgrade back to 2.0 until this problem is fixed, because I can't do my work. I've got deadlines. I do this for a living. This is how I make my money, and I need this to work. So I really appreciate you watching this video, and I look forward to hearing back from you. If you have any more questions, you want to see any more demos. I should also point out that this problem was originally found when I was using it on my 27-inch Cintiq. It's a 27-inch QHD. And it's running Windows 11 also. And that's when I first noticed the problem, is after I installed 3.0 and the problem began. So thank you for your time.